Some of you know about my background. I'm the son of 2 medical doctors, and I'm actually in Los Angeles this weekend because a friend of mine is here by the name of Wolfe, a cancer survivor, and he runs a company out of Germany. He's German, and we've been working together kind of, I'm over on this side, he's over on that side, but he came into LA today, so I went over there and helped him with his little event. And I've had a tremendous history around medical devices, gadgets, medical engineering, pharmaceutical engineering. All that stuff has been around me since I was 1 year old, since the very first day of incarnation. And so I'm kind of hardwired for that stuff. But really, genetically, beyond that, but beyond both my parents, who are both medical doctors, beyond that, backwards, you know, my family's all orators, going all the way back, speakers, public speakers. So I have that in my lineage. So I love to do this kind of work, especially because it's aligned up with what my mission is, which is raw and living foods, superfoods, and herbal sharing, so that we all get to experience the absurd level of gifts that we actually have. We are living in such an absurd level of abundance, it is absolutely a joke, right? We have everything we want. We have everything we need. The most powerful spiritual books ever in the history of the world ever are at your fingertips right now. You get on the internet, there it is, like that's delivered to your house. With this instant order now, with Amazon, you click that, you don't even have to put the credit card in, it's done automatically, everything's done automatically, it's automatically shipped to your house. Anything you want. That's the world we live in. And in that world, where we're involved in communication that's instantaneous, all knowledge becomes available. And my goal, where I'm at actually with the information I've been doing, is 15 years professionally doing this kind of work. Raw and living foods education, superfoods education, herbal education, having the best day ever education. Where that work is now leading me right down the pipe is to deliver to the world about 10 of the most powerful nutraceuticals ever in the history of the world. And all the pieces, I see all the pieces out there. I see it all the pieces. My whole life and everything and all the meaning, and then bringing it all together to bring products together that are more powerful than pharmaceuticals, but are actually 100% food. So there's no side effects. And it's fun. That's fun for me. Some people are like, that's fun? What? That's fun for me. I get excited about that kind of thing. So I have this real propensity for not only natural foods, but the best natural foods ever. Because I don't want what George Washington had. I don't want what Abraham Lincoln had. I don't want what Socrates had. We got everything now. Let's have the best ever because we can't have it. Let's even know what it is. We didn't even know what the best ever was. I thought the best ever was Cheetos when I was 7. And Fruit Loops, Flintstones, chewable vitamins.
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I never really liked that much.
Lucky Charms.
I did the marshmallows, right? You leave the marshmallows to the end. Or the genetically modified, hormonally altered, blood-filled, chalk-filled, pus-filled, pasteurized, homogenized milk. Did I mention the pesticides, larvicides, fungicides, herbicides, and suicides that went along with that? It's so far over the top in that direction. We literally just started eating like carcinogenic chemicals. We just decided, we don't eat food anymore. Let's eat carcinogenic chemicals. I had a friend of mine fly out to visit us in Hawaii to do this little piece of a movie he's doing. And he asked me, like, what do you think is the most powerful phrase in the world? I said, do you know what I do? I mean, it's you are what you eat. That's the most powerful phrase in the world. People say, no, I love you is more powerful. Look, you can love a garbage heap, right? But if this whole thing is filled up with carcinogenic waste materials, all behaviors, attitudes, all creative productions and imagination that comes out of that will be inappropriately altered. There's no way, there's no escaping it. It is the quantum fact. It's a quantum fact that we consist of the energies of those substances we've ingested and passed through ourselves. And if they've been treated with greed, fast food, if they've been treated with unconsciousness, grocery stores, if they've been treated with banking, the farming today, massive petrochemical farming, then there's no way that that can construct the healthiest body ever. Right? Because what are we at? People say, well, like, what is the deal? And it's like, after a while, there's no more sickness, no more pain. A woman came to a retreat we did, and she took me aside at the end of the retreat. She said, she asked me if I was ever in pain. And I'm not kidding, my heart blew open. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. It affected me, just that simple question affected me radically. Because I'm never in pain, ever. I don't ever have a sore neck, a sore back, a sore arm, a sore leg, nothing ever. And that is a discovery. To me, that's like crazy. It's like, what do you mean? No pain ever? Yeah, no pain ever. Never in pain. The most crazy hikes ever after sitting at a computer 30 days in a row flying in airplanes. No pain, no sore muscles. What's the deal with that? It's where we're at technologically. And I had become out of touch. I mean, I was completely out of touch. And I realized that everybody's in pain all the time. Whoa. Emotional pain, physical pain, spiritual pain, psychological pain. This generation has to kind of conclude that. Because the other end of that, where all that karma goes, is it gets incinerated. And that's kind of, you see that incineration energy building up. It's called the end that war, endless war thing. It's just endless war. It'll just keep on going forever. And it keep growing, and eventually it'll consume the whole planet. Unless we decide we're going to deal with our own karma. And you probably notice, you get on the live food, that all of a sudden, boom, that finger points right back at you and goes, what's going on in here? What's happening in here? And what's actually happening is the discovery that within ourselves, we've patterned in emotionally, and this is a fact. If you've got liver problems, you've got a problem with your father. If you have heart problems, you've got a problem with your mother. That's a fact. How could that be true? It means we pattern in all the emotions into ourselves. And it becomes who we are and how we appear. How we appear also, because you can see when someone's had a hard life. And you can see when someone's had a grace life in the way they appear. And that we pattern in all the toxins in a certain pattern. And actually the place where we pattern in all the toxins into our body isn't here. But most of it ends up either down here. You don't believe that. I'll get my friends in this part of your body right here. You cannot believe what will be churned out. You cannot believe it. Because over a period of time we gravitated all to the bottom. It silts down to the bottom due to gravity. And then in here, right in the neck, right under your jaw, right through here, right here. This is where the toxins are. Anybody, if you touch my finger right there. Ow! But when we get into someone's neck, like in here, it's massive pain, overwhelming. Why is that? It should be just like touching your finger. It's because the toxins get patterned in right here, across the jaw, down in here. The discoveries that have been made in the last 10 years alone in the field of healing is amazing because it's doing two things. One is we're getting right on to the point. We're getting closer and closer to where the toxins build up, how we become ill. And the other flip side is, the second part is, how do we solve it faster? And that all becomes available now. So wherever we ended up, all of a sudden all the tools become available and we can solve it faster, and check it out, it's becoming easier. That's another part of it. It's becoming easier. You come into a place like this, the amount of healing services, the amount of just mana in the food, good vibrations that are in the food, is really impressive. That's why every time I'm here, it's like, I'm in LA, we're going to Rawfoods. I'm getting one of those onion bread things. There's a drug in there, no question about it. When you dehydrate that stuff, it forms a drug that causes an addiction.